Hello everybody out there in YouTube here. Sorry about that, I almost kind of forgot who I was talking to here. I was about to say Facebook. But this is John Franklin, and I'm actually here to review the movie Jurassic Park. But instead of calling this a movie review, I think I'm going to call this just a recap. Especially because with Jurassic World going to be coming around into the theaters in about 3 weeks or so, that I wanted to kind of talk about, kind of talk more about, like, the best things I liked about the film, things I didn't like about the film. I mean, just like a regular review, but I'm not going to go through the whole, how the film starts, what did I think about the beginning of the film and stuff like that. I may still bring up about the people's acting, we'll see though. So anyways, Jurassic Park, we do have Sam Neill, who stars in the film. Jeff Goldblum's also in it, and I will be honest, I felt like he was probably the best. I think he was the best actor in the entire film. He was funny. He was insane when he wanted to be. It was just everything that Jeff Goldblum usually does is actually usually good. So anyways, you have Sam Neill and you have his wife, played by Laura Demi, I believe. And the thing is that they pretty much get recruited by a character named John Hammond, who actually runs the park. So they actually, after a little bit of convincing, after a little bit of John convincing them, they actually go to the island and all that. There is a funny scene in the helicopter. I don't know if you guys remember with Dr. Grant. He had trouble getting the seatbelt on, kind of thing. But I have to be honest, that was a pretty funny part there, I think. So let's see. Moving on a little bit here, they actually start doing the tour and all that. Well, you end up always having that one person who is greedy and really must ruin everything. The character's name is Dennis. Now, people don't know his real name, which is Wayne Knight, but people actually know him as Newman from Seinfeld, which I have to be honest, it was definitely a show I watched religiously every Thursday on NBC. So, anyways, but enough about Seinfeld there. But that's actually the real actor's name is Wayne Knight, for people who didn't know that. The only other movie I really ever saw him in was Space Jam with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny, which actually I liked it. I gotta be honest, it's been years since I've seen it, and who knows, maybe I may change my mind about that, but that was just, I thought when I first saw that back in '96, I thought it was a great film. So anyways, with Jurassic Park, we're moving on here. The tour goes, and the character Dennis is pretty much greedy for $18 million. So he pretty much shuts off all the systems, all the security systems, so he could steal a certain amount of a certain amount of, I forget exactly what he steals or anything, but like they're like little green things. I guess kind of like probably little things that because remember the dinosaurs are cloned. So that's kind of how the dinosaurs all, of course, come back in this, in our time, pretty much. So he kind of tries to, help out another competitor. It doesn't, of course, work out or anything. And unfortunately, Dennis does die. Funniest death scene in that movie was his character. No matter what, I look at him as Newman, and he always will play the bumbling idiot, and that's kind of what happened. Why he ended up dying, by playing the bumbling idiot. So. Of course, with Jeff Goldblum's character, what happens is you don't see him that much. He pretty much runs into a shack where the bathroom is, and this is where the lawyer gets killed. And the thing was, and then of course, Dr. Grant and John's 2 grandchildren, they're pretty much out on their own, pretty much trying to survive the park here with all the dinosaurs. I gotta say that the thing that I really, really loved about this movie, well, 2 things. I mean, I think Steven Spielberg, this is when he was a real good genius. Not saying he ain't good now, but he doesn't direct as good as he used to. Something about the 90s for him was probably the best decade for him. And for anybody who disagrees out there, please tell me, what do you think his best decade was, or his best movie that he directed or anything? Was it in the 80s? Was it somewhere in the early 2000s or late 2000s? But the thing was, you actually felt sorry for these characters. You actually felt sorry for almost every single character. They were all, even the lawyer, you even felt, sorry for him. You even kind of felt sorry for Dennis and all these characters. And I really liked the acting, even from the 2 grandchildren, who usually sometimes kids are never the greatest. But the thing was, I definitely want to say Jurassic Park is still good even today. Especially with today's special effects. This was in '93, so we're talking, what, 22 years ago for this film? And I have to be honest, the special effects still hold up today, and hopefully they would continue another 22 years down the line. So I just want to say for people out there, Jurassic Park was definitely a great movie that I'm glad that actually came out. And I can't believe it's already been 22 years for that. I wasn't even quite a teenager yet, and yet now I'm in my 30s. It's like, wow. So, okay, everybody. Well, I hope everybody will have themselves an awesome time. Definitely please subscribe, comment, and like. And if there's a possibility, please share this to please share this to like Facebook and Twitter or wherever else there could be. Please blog this on. Please blog. Tell people about me and stuff, especially if you really love movies and if you really have been enjoying my movie reviews, which I think some people have been enjoying them. I've had a lot, a decent amount of comments, and I thank everybody on that. So, please, continue watching here, and I want to thank everybody on that one. So everybody, have yourselves a good one, and of course, stay awesome. I definitely will. I will see you next time for Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World. See you later, everybody.